Welcome back. Southeast Texas, temperatures in the 60s this hour, so it's actually kind of cool across the region right now. 61 degrees in Jasper, 63 degrees in Beaumont. If you think that's cool, I'm going to show you some numbers in a moment that shows you how it's really cold up to the north. Keep in mind, we live along the coast and we're chilly. 63, as I said, 64 in Beaumont, the rest of West Texas into the upper 60s and 70s. These numbers are below normal for this time of the year. We're going to widen out one more level to the entire nation. Now keep in mind, today is the 17th day of May, and take a look at some of these overnight forecast low temperatures. 48 in St. Louis, 40 in Chicago, 50 in Minneapolis, 34 in Buffalo, and 34 in Caribou, Maine. Now you may think, okay, Brian, that's the northeastern portion of the country, but even for them these numbers are dramatically colder. This is a look at the alerts across the nation. These are freeze watches and freeze warnings that are in effect for tomorrow morning from Maine to Michigan, even portions of Kentucky. So the air behind this system is unusually powerfully cold for this time of the year, something that does not happen every spring season. Now we're back in the Lone Star State, nothing going on, quiet conditions. All the precipitation has come to an end. Majority of it has pressed off into the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where we're going now. To remind you, even though it's chilly here tonight, we do begin hurricane season very soon, and right now across the Gulf of Mexico, not much going on, very quiet conditions, almost clear skies. A few storms here on the tail end of this front as it presses into the Gulf, and that's what you like to keep an eye on. If fronts make it into the Gulf this time of the year, sometimes they get a little active. So Patrick and Gary are going to be watching that over the next couple of days. You're going to want to stay tuned just in case anything would occur. But right now, clear sailing, good news in the Gulf of Mexico, nothing to be overly concerned about. Headed back home with the Lone Star State tonight to show you the low clouds that we were dealing with earlier in the day are beginning to erode now very slowly from north to south and finally pressing off in the Gulf, and that means we should have a clear sky tonight. It's also going to allow us again to be very, very cool tonight, but it means a sunny day tomorrow. Here's your futurecast in motion. Average low temperature right around 58 degrees as we get rid of those clouds. Some locations will be cooler. You'll see that in your zone forecast in a moment. Average high temperature for tomorrow with that sunshine will rebound to about 80 degrees, and with a cool breeze out of the northeast, it's going to be a beautiful day for Southeast Texas on Monday. Let's put this all together now for you. Take a look at this. The record low temperature for the day is 53. Now I don't think we're going to get close to that, but it is worth noting that we're going to be within 5 degrees of it. 58 the low temperature for Beaumont. 59 into Port Arthur, the 57 range for Coons and Buna. Decreasing clouds, as we said. North breeze around 10 miles an hour. For the day tomorrow, high temps will be in the upper 70s, maybe 80 degrees in a couple of locations. Very mild for this time of the year, very enjoyable. Heading into the lakes tonight, down to 55 degrees. North breeze around 5, not close to a record for you guys. And for the lakes tomorrow, sunshine out there, high temperature of 81. That number again below normal for the 18th day of May. If you're heading out in the Gulf, it's not going to be the best day to do so. Small craft advisories are in effect. Northeast breeze of 20 knots, 3 to 5 foot waves on the Gulf. Sabine's certainly going to be choppy. We lost a couple of degrees in the Gulf today because of the cloudiness. Tomorrow, expect that to jump up to about 84 degrees with that sunshine. 3 tides on your Monday, and sunrise will be at 6:21 in the morning. Of course, you can always get a complete check of your forecast by going to KBMT12.com. All of Erica's news, Ashley Sports, located right there on our homepage. Check it out. In a few minutes, we'll have that complete 5-day forecast. And as I said, if you like those cool temps, well, enjoy them tonight and tomorrow, because that's probably going to be about it. Going to warm up quite nicely by next weekend.
Just a one-day event.
That's right.
Okay, thanks, Brian. Well, let's take a